everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going back to my school for the last time. So basically I got accepted into the Conservatory of The Hague when I was around 6.5, 7 years old, and I started going there very frequently for theory classes, violin lessons, piano lessons, and then at ages 10 I started doing the primary school there because that's the first year that they have in primary school. And I was there until I was 15, which is when I finished my third year of high school. After that I also went there a couple of times for rehearsals because I was in a trio at that time, but I quickly stopped going there and I just have so many memories. And now the conservatory is moving. It's actually already moved. So before they went ahead and teared it down, I really wanted to just go there one more time, see the places that I used to go to, and I really wanted to film that experience for you guys, but I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. I ended up being so thrown into memory lane that I completely forgot that I had a video to film. So we do have some B-roll shots, but I don't really have a lot of shots in which I tell you what you're seeing. So that's what I'm gonna do here today. I went there together with Conrad, who is filming most of the video, so you won't see him a lot in the video, and with Jelle Johannes, who is a school friend of mine. I met him when I was 10 and we're still very good friends, so it was just really fun to go there with him. So let's get into the video. We're in the tram. I'm so excited. It feels so cool going to my old school. At first, when we went to the school, I saw someone, a woman outside of the building, and I wasn't sure who it was. She looked very neat, and so I thought she might be security, but then I thought, why? I was very confused, and I was just looking around, trying not to pay too much attention to her, but it ended up actually being who I thought it was, which was my English teacher. And it was just so much fun to see her. She remembered me as well, and she was one of my favorite teachers. The next thing I wanted to show is the foyer, and the foyer was basically where I was when I had breaks or extra hours in high school. That's basically where everyone is. Also, because it's a conservatory, it's also bachelor and master, so all those students were also in the foyer. I remember doing this rhythm challenge with jazz musicians there, and this is one of my favorite memories there. The next place we went to see, which is adjacent to the foyer, is the Arnold Schoenberg Hall, which is one of the halls in the building. There is a hall for ballet and then a hall for music. I have so many memories of that place because we had class concerts there, and I also participated in the Jordan's violin competition there, which is now called the Dutch violin competition. I have a lot of memories there, and one of my favorite memories there is when they announce who goes through to the finals or who wins what prize. Not because I care that much about the prize, but because every single time when they were to announce anyone for a prize, I always had to go to the bathroom, and I just remember my mum always being there so nervously in the audience because I was just jumping up and down because I really had to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't because I had to wait until the prizes were announced. The next place we went to was the primary school part, which is actually a funny story because they actually built that for the primary school as a temporary building. It wasn't the best place, it wasn't very well isolated, so it was very cold there. The walls were very thin. It was literally supposed to be temporary. I think it was there for like 10-20 years, so not very temporary. It was fun to go there, so I did my last 2 years of primary school there. Unfortunately, my favorite teacher who I had in my last year of primary school, she already quit, but I did see another teacher of mine who taught me high school. So basically that place has 2 primary school classrooms and then 1 high school classroom. In that high school classroom I had this one teacher who taught me biology, geography, arts. I think that those are the main subjects that she taught us. And then I also had physics there from another teacher for 1 year. It was very fun to see that teacher who taught me so many subjects. On the wall we saw class pictures which are terrible. We did try and name everyone in our class. The first thing we noticed when we got into that place of the temporary primary school place is that the couches were gone. There used to be a lot of couches, very comfortable couches might I add, and they are gone. The next place we went to was the ballet studio. I used to go there a lot to see my friends dance because most of my friends were ballet dancers, and I we loved watching their classes. And it was fun for Conrad as well, because as they were moving, they were selling a couple of pianos. That was one of the pianos that was being sold, and so Conrad got to play on it for a little while. Was the high school. We had to go everywhere very fast in order to see everyone at the right time. We went to the high school, and the class you're actually going to see is my math class for a year. Okay, we're in the high school. This is the second story of the high school. There's so many memories, so many people I see now. We had maths there, but not in the part that you're seeing in the video, but in the part behind. But they were teaching drums there, so we couldn't really go there. And then another classroom you're about to see is where they taught music. Obviously, I didn't have to do music, so in the Hague Conservatory, musicians didn't have to follow music. They had to follow sports, so PE and arts. And then ballet people didn't have to follow physical education, obviously. Instead of doing that, they had to follow arts and music. And then we also had art people, and those people didn't have to follow art, but they had to follow physical education and music. So everyone kind of got a taste of everything. We also ran into my Dutch teacher, and we talked to her for a little while. The conservatory has two parts with music. So we have the M classrooms, and in those classrooms were most of the lessons, piano lessons, violin lessons, theory lessons, all of those, group lessons as well. And then in the other part, it had S rooms, which are mostly reserved for studying, so you can rent those out and then study in there. We wanted to go to the 6th floor of the music building where they teach. Conditie, naar de 6e verdieping, because I wanted to talk to my violin teacher. I asked her beforehand if she'd be in the building. I asked a couple of other teachers as well, but they weren't there, unfortunately. So I went to see my violin teacher, who I had from ages 6.5 to 13. It was just so much fun to talk to her again. We interrupted one of her students' classes, and we just talked to her for a little while, and it was just so much fun to see her again. So yeah, I have a lot of memories in those halls. And then last but not least, we went back to the high school part, but then the 1st floor, because it was 4 o'clock, which meant that school was out, the 8th hour would be finished. We knew that our French and German teacher would be done by then, and we just went into the French classroom because we knew that the German teacher would also go there. French and German teacher are very good friends, so they always see each other before and after class, which is very fun. So we got to see them both and talk to them both and kind of tell them what we were up to now and hear what they are up to now. And then the German teacher also speaks Afrikaans, and so when I had German in school, we also needed to learn the map of South Africa and all kinds of facts about South Africa. But that was a lot of fun, and I didn't know I would end up with someone who's 50% South African. Yeah, it was fun to kind of show him the German teacher, and then they would talk in Afrikaans, and now that I actually know Afrikaans, it's very fun to hear the way he speaks. In the end, the teachers took a picture of us 3 sitting behind the school tables, and they sent that into the teachers' group chat. All in all, it was a very, very fun experience, and honestly, I'm gonna miss that building so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and going down memory lane with me. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos of me. I'm trying to upload regularly on Sundays at 8 PM UK time, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye guys! Goodbye!